If we look at the wall structure of the large intestine, then we can see we have this band of longitudinal muscle. But again, importantly, it really is just associated with a tene. We don't have that complete band of longitudinal muscle. Remember those 3 of those tenacoli. But we also have the circular layer, which is consistent around them. If we look at the structure of the large intestine, its wall, we see that it has a larger diameter than the small intestine, but the wall is actually thinner. The wall is actually a lot thinner than the small intestine. There's an absence of villi, so we don't have this big surface area, which is enhanced by the villi in the small intestine. This is indicative of the fact that it's not actually being that active in absorption. It's just absorbing some water and vitamins. Its main priority is to store feces and to allow for their defecation. And that's why we have these distinctive intestinal glands which are located in the wall of the large intestine. And within these glands, there's an abundance of goblet cells, and these produce lots and lots and lots of mucus. Because the water is being drawn out from the feces, they can actually become quite dehydrated, quite dry. So we need to have some lubrication via this mucus to allow the feces to pass through the large intestine and ultimately be removed. This is a picture of an actual piece of large intestine, which has a series of little pouches, and these are unusual. What we can see on this diagram is we've got a tenacoli here, and we can actually make out some little pouches, which we can see here, some little bulging pouches, and these are called diverticuli. These little pouches are not normally occurring in the large intestine, but they're bulbing out from the wall of the large intestine. Now, diverticulosis is a series of these outpoachings along the wall of the colon, and they're usually found in the sigmoid colon. They're a result of changes in pressure with defecation. Now, what the likely cause of them is a lack of fibre within your diet. If you do not have a high level of fibre within your diet, then a lot of the water from the feces is absorbed. If you have some fibre in your diet, which isn't really digested, that's going to hold on to the water and make your feces softer. Because you now have a high level of water in your feces, they can be easily removed because it's quite soft and the flow can be relatively smooth. If there's a lack of fibre, a lot of the water is removed, which makes the stools hard. For these to be defecated, for these to be removed, you have to increase intra-abdominal pressure to such an extent that you're physically forcing the feces away. They're not allowed to glide away. This can change the pressure within the large intestine and resulting in these little outpoachings occurring. If we have these outpoachings and then they become occluded, they can lead to infections and inflammation. And with this inflammation, you can have diverticulitis, where they become inflamed. If they end up bleeding, they can be quite painful, and then you can develop having blood in your stools. So diverticulosis leading to diverticulitis can be quite a serious condition.